Hi, today we're going to be covering our newest creature from the Prehistoric Beast mod in Ark Survival Evolved, the Siamosaurus. This creature can be found along the coastlines as well as the oceans on the Island, Ragnarok, the Center, Valguero, and Crystal Isles. There is also an aberrant version which spawns near the water of the Blue Zone on Aberration. Siamosaurus is a piscivore, meaning it primarily eats fish, and they are not aggressive unless provoked. Wild ones do, however, have a unique ability that no other creature in Ark has. In the wild, they will actively target nearby coelacanth, piranha, saber-toothed salmon, cnidaria, and anglerfish. Now let's go over its movement as well as the different attacks and abilities it has. On land, Siamosaurus is a bit slower, but in the water, they are much more graceful. On land, it offers a roar along with 3 attacks: a bite using left click, a claw swipe using right click, and a tail slap attack using left control, in which the damage scales by how long you hold left control. The tail attack also does some knockback to smaller sized creatures. In the water, the bite is exactly the same, but there is no claw swipe, and the tail attack is a bit different. The water tail attack does not power up and can be used without a delay. This attack does far less damage as it can be used continuously. Instead of a claw swipe, Siamosaurus has the ability to dash forward underwater, similar to how a pteranodon gets a burst of speed in the air. This attack can be useful for getting out of sticky situations, but it does use stamina and there is a 7.5 second delay between using this ability. There is also a small depth requirement to use this attack as to prevent a possible exploit. Here's a quick look at its base stats, and the saddle can be unlocked at level 60. Now that you know that the meter on the left of the hotbar controls the tail attack power, you're probably curious as to what the other 2 meters are for. As it says, you must use angler gel to activate this ability. Simply place it in the last slot of your hotbar, then press the 0 key to start the process, which we called Flashover. You will notice when you feed a Siamosaurus its first piece of angler gel, a timer begins. It starts with 10 minutes, and the more angler gel it's fed, the stronger it gets, but you'll also notice you get less time. This part of the ability works exactly like Ferox when you feed it Element. Flashover has its own unique abilities though. Located over the strength meter are the stat adjustments you are currently receiving. These stats scale based on the current Flashover strength. When you are at 100% strength, you will get the following boosts: 150% damage, plus 5 health per second, and 125% speed. To reach max strength, it will require 40 angler gel, but once you've reached 100% strength, you can feed it up to 10 more times to get additional time. The amount of additional time you will receive, however, scales based on how much time is left on the clock. The closer your timer is to 0, the more time gets added to the clock when you feed it the next piece of angler gel. The maximum amount of bonus time you can accumulate is 15 minutes, but in order to achieve that, you're going to have to focus and be quick. Here's a breakdown of this process. To receive the maximum amount of time, you will have to feed Siamosaurus some angler gel with less than half a second remaining on the clock. Think of it as a high-risk, high-reward type of bonus. If you prefer to be more cautious, you can still receive an extra 10 minutes by feeding it with less than 10 seconds left each time. The Flashover ability wouldn't be balanced if there wasn't some sort of drawback to using it. I now introduce to you the Sizzled out phase, which is what occurs to Siamosaurus when the Flashover ability runs out. During this period of time, you do less damage, lose stamina, and are much slower. While you are in this state, you will see the time remaining bar has now changed to a re-energizing bar. The speed in which Siamosaurus gets re-energized is completely dependent on the amount of angler gel it was fed. If you fed it 1 piece, you will notice a huge difference in the time it takes to re-energize compared to feeding it 50 pieces of angler gel. During this process, you will notice the stat adjustments above the bar that says Sizzled out slowly return to normal. Alright. Now let's cover all the different versions of this creature. We have a regular version, along with an aberrant, ocean, alphas for each type, and Gustav. The normal, aberrant, and ocean versions can be passively tamed like other Ark creatures using either biotoxin or angler gel. You will want to be careful though, as a wild Siamosaurus, when fed, has a chance to receive the Flashover buff and rage out for a short period of time. The alpha version cannot be tamed, of course, and the Gustav cannot be obtained by traditional methods as they do not spawn naturally. Instead, the way you tame a Gustav version is by killing alphas. When killed, an alpha version has a chance to drop a fertilized Gustav egg. These eggs scale based on the level alpha you kill, meaning if you kill level 150 alpha, you have a chance to get a 225 Gustav egg. The stats on the alpha do not reflect what stats the baby from the egg will have, so killing an alpha with really terrible and balanced stats could still yield a great egg. So, what is a Gustav version? It is a bigger, stronger, faster version of the normal Siamosaurus. In terms of stats, think of it as being between a normal and an alpha. They can breed, however, they take much longer to grow up than a normal Siamosaurus, and they cannot be taken into boss arenas. I hope this video was helpful. I tried to cover everything regarding Siamosaurus, but if I forgot something, I do apologize. Feel free to ask any additional questions regarding this creature in our Discord. Thank you.